Have you ever felt small? Have you ever watched the news and felt a sense of dread? We see powerful leaders making decisions that feel scary to us. Governments, nations. Sometimes these decisions go against what we believe as followers of Jesus. They create laws that make it harder to live our faith. They mock the very idea of God. It can feel like the world is spinning out of control, and that we are just tiny specks caught in a storm. How are we supposed to live when the powers of this world oppose our God? How do we react when earthly authorities seem determined to erase faith from the public square? This isn't a new problem. It's an ancient struggle throughout history. From the Israelites under Pharaoh's thumb, the early church facing the might of the Roman Empire. The story of faith is about navigating oppression, holding on to hope when everything screams despair. The temptation is to react with fear, to lash out in anger, or to give up and blend in. Do our small acts of faithfulness matter in the face of overwhelming opposition? The Bible confronts this reality. The world says power is everything. Armies, money, loud voices. Those would be in charge. When we see them act with arrogance, it's easy to believe that story. They make headlines, shape cultures, enact policies. Fear can grab hold of us. Where is God in all of this? Does he see what's happening? Is his kingdom just an idea or a present reality? God has given us a guide. Psalm 2. It's a divine commentary on the clash between earthly power and heavenly authority. It gives us a heavenly perspective. This psalm is our anchor in the storm. Psalm 2 opens with an epic line. Why do the nations conspire and the peoples plot in vain? Kings unite, take a stand, hold counsel against the Lord and his anointed one. They say, let us break their chains and throw off their bonds. Written for the king in Israel, a reminder that authority comes from God. Plotting against the king of Israel was plotting against the God of Israel. Vivid language, open rebellion, sin deceives, autonomy as freedom, getting rid of God's moral authority to be their own gods. An ancient lie shouted today in the halls of power. The New Testament applies the psalm to Jesus, the ultimate anointed one. The early church in Acts prayed this psalm after Peter and John were arrested. They saw the fulfillment, leaders opposing God's chosen king. Psalm 2 timelessly describes the world's opposition to Christ and his people. At the height of the tension, he who sits in the heavens laughs, the Lord scoffs at them. This laughter isn't light-hearted, it's the absolute assurance of a father in the face of absurd claims. Then comes the voice, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. The matter is settled. His king is already on the throne. Resurrection and ascension, Jesus above all rule, authority, power, and dominion. The world isn't governed from Washington, Beijing, Moscow, but from Zion, where Jesus reigns. So what does this perspective mean for us here and now? If God laughs at his enemies and his king already reigns, we don't need to be afraid. Fear is the weapon of oppressive powers. They want to intimidate us, isolate us, make us powerless. But their power is an illusion compared to God. Our security isn't based on elections, but on the eternal throne. This confidence leads to peace, not arrogance. Calm in the midst of the storm, we know who commands winds and waves. Not passive, our engagement comes from trust, not terror. Psalm 2 teaches us not to be surprised by opposition. We pray, Sovereign Lord, they did what your power and will had decided beforehand. We pray for our leaders, even hostile ones, wisdom, hearts turned to serve the Lord with reverence. Prayer becomes an act of resistance and a tool for change. Victory belongs to God. We use his methods, love, service, gentleness, patient witness, loving our enemies, speaking truth with grace. The psalm concludes, Therefore, O kings, be wise, serve the Lord. Kiss the Son. Refusing equal sign destruction, accepting equal sign refuge. A call to surrender and worship, for all. No neutral ground, resist the king, or take refuge in him. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. True security is in Jesus Christ. To kiss the Son is to trust him, to love him, to build our whole life on him. Whatever leaders do, they cannot touch this refuge. Our King reigns, and in him we are blessed forever.